DHL Supply Chain is a global leader in contract logistics and is the world's leading logistic provider. DHL Supply Chain provides integrated supply chain solutions in transportation and warehousing for all channels such as B2B, B2C, and including e-commerce fulfillment. In being the leading logistic provider in the world, DHL Supply Chain also has an issue they have to face. In December 2020, pandemic COVID-19 caused widespread disruption in global supply chain. So they have to focus on workplace safety procedure and needs to get proper PPE to ensure their employees do not affected with COVID-19. They also need to adjust their supply chain operation to reduce any cost increase and get lower profits. However, they were able to overcome their issue after a month, and they have added 200 robots for certain operations to handle the surge in volume and help balance their unearned workers. They also maintain relationship with customer and provide best service to customer even during the pandemic season. In addition, DHL Supply Chain also emphasize on the digitalization agenda, whether it will have an impact on the business work for the next 3 to 5 years. They say that at least 80% of their 490 operational sites have some types of automation or digitalization that drive the capacity improvement and increase ROI.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am ALIF NAIM. I want to present about introduction. First, background. DHL, founded in the United States in 1969, has grown to become one of the world's leading logistics and shipping companies. The company's name is an acronym derived from the last name of founder, Adrian Darcy, Larry Hilblum, and Robert Lee. Next, during the COVID-19 pandemic, DHL played a critical role ensuring the continuity of supply chain and supporting the global response. Their multifaceted purpose include facilitating the movement of essential goods and medical supplies, enabling e-commerce and remote commercial, and empowering their employees through an inclusive work environment. DHL worked tirelessly to expand and deliver maintain economy activity and value their workforce during this unprecedented time.
Hi, my name is Mohammed SHAHRIL. So from the podcast, there's so many things that the DHL's supply chain director talk about. So our group have a lot of discussion and analysis that we have done. So I'm going to talk about the issues and problem that DHL's supply chain have faced upon their operation. The issues and problems comes like a wave when pandemic COVID-19 came about. Even a big company like DHL struggles in order to solve this. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a widespread disruption in global supply chains, which lead to widespread shortage of essential goods and delay in shipments. This disruption resulted in increased costs and lower profitability for many businesses because they need to find new source for raw material and finished goods. They even need to pay higher transportation costs for their goods. Additionally, the sudden drop for certain goods lead to an overstocks, a significant overstocks, which create an unstable supply and demands environment. The pandemic also forced DHL's business to adjust their operations quickly, which also led to increased costs for some times due to implementing new safety protocols. This protocol includes using PPE, regular testing for COVID-19, and many more. Next, there was also an instance of panic buying and hoarding at the onset of the pandemic. This creates a shortage of some goods and uncertainty in market, which put a strain on the supply chain. Many businesses managed to increase their demands and reduce their supply, while also dealing with the increase in shipping costs and transportation delay. However, there are businesses that managed to adapt quickly. They were able to meet the demands for the certain goods, such as foods, cleaning product, and hygiene product, and other things. And more importantly, they're able to maintain their profitability. And lastly, the pandemic also highlighted the need for the greater transparency in communication within supply chains to enable a more effective response to disruption. Businesses to adapt quickly to change in demand, logistic, regulations, and had to have a clear view of their entire supply chain in order to make informed decisions. Business that was able to leverage data and analytics to track their supply chains in real time were able to make informed decisions and maintain their operations. So next, I'll pass the stage to Putri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri BALQIS binti OSMAN, and I will continue this presentation about cause or implication. Okay, the number one is the COVID-19 pandemic has caused widespread disruption in global, such as supply chain, lockdowns, travel restriction, and social distancing measures. These disruptions have led to widespread shortage of essential goods, medical supplies, personal protective equipment, and food products, as the demand for these goods has skyrocketed, while the supplier has been struggling to keep up. Next, number two, the COVID-19 pandemic required business to adjust their operation and supply chains quickly to respond to the crisis. This may have led to increased costs for certain companies due to the need to implement new purchase additional equipment or hire additional staff to support the change. This result is increase the cost and lower profitability for companies that were not able to absorb these additional costs. Next is number two, the COVID-19 pandemic required business to adjust their operation and supply chain to respond to the crisis. This may have led to increased costs for certain companies due to the needs to implement new purchase additional equipment or hire additional staff to support the change. This result is increased costs and lower profitability for companies that were not able to absorb these additional costs. Number three, the panic buying and hoarding behavior create shortage of some goods, which lead not only to increased price but also to decreased availability of this product. The stockpiling behavior also lead to decreased availability of essential goods and service as people bought items they may not have needed at the time, but leading to a decrease in available stock people who truly need those products. Lastly, number four, greater transparency and communication within supply chain can enable a more effective response to disruption, such as the pandemic, as it can help identify potential bottlenecks and enable more coordinated response to disruption. Greater transparency and communication can also enable more efficiency supply chain, better decision to make based on real-time data, and greater understanding on the dependency. Thank you.
Hello, my name is CHENG and now I would like to present the part for possible solutions. The first possible solution is diversification of suppliers. Business can reduce their reliance on a single supplier or region by diversifying their supplier base. This can help to mitigate the impact of disruptions in one location and ensure a more stable supply chain. The second possible solution is agile supply chain management. Implementing agile supply chain practice allows business to respond quickly to changing market conditions. This involves having a flexible and adaptable supply chain structure that can quickly adjust to disruptions and shifts in demand. Agile practice include cross-training employees, establishing flexible production lines, and maintaining close relationships with suppliers to enable faster decision making and response. The third possible solution is implement purchase limits. Retailers can impose temporary purchase limits on essential goods to prevent hoarding and ensure fair distribution. This helps discourage panic buying by ensuring that there is enough supply for everyone's need. Setting reasonable limits and communicating them effectively can help alleviate shortages and create a sense of fairness among consumers. And the fourth possible solution is standardization and digitization. Standardizing data formats and adopting digital technologies can greatly enhance transparency and communication within supply chains. Implementing common standards for data exchange, such as electronic data interchange, which is EDI, or application programming interface, which is APIs, can facilitate seamless communication and interoperability between different systems and partners. Digital platforms and technologies like blockchain can also improve transparency by providing immutable records of transactions and supply chain events.
Main lesson in this paper is aimed to inform reader on how the DHL Express manage its operation, particularly during time of major international crisis. In light of this, we select of DHL Korea as super example that compare with a theory and practice of management throughout this epidemic of COVID-19. The fundamental managerial tasks had been implemented to come up with acceptable plan for them to maintain their economy and their business throughout the epidemic, their engagement in planning, organization, leading, and controlling. Recommendation. The purpose of the suggestion report for the DHL Express is to offer or suggest the choice that can be made in order to address a dilemma or meet a need. Comparing choice, recommending one, and endorsing that recommendation are three main objectives of the report. A favorable shift in the DHL Express will result from the implementation of the choice and method. The corporation will be able to maintain its market dominance with the help of the strategy stick. Prior to implementation, each small detail of the strategy must be kept in the mind.